Toyota Crown versus Uber driver. 1,072.2 miles. That's in only 3 days, or I should say 4. But still, that's a lot. It's really 3 days because most of Thanksgiving, which was the 24th, was spent stationary at my sister's house. Although there was some driving to pick up a friend. But something interesting, something curious is going on with the 2023 Toyota Crown XLE. When it was first filled up, at least the first few times that I filled it up, it was getting around, at a full tank, around 630 miles for the whole ride. What do they call it? The distance that you can, the total distance. So that was well over 600 miles. Now, interestingly enough, it has fallen to, it's called range, right? Yes. So the range that I can drive it was well over 600 miles. Now it's dropped to about 577, somewhere around the 570s. Let's say if it was even 580. Now let's bring the number, the total, the highest number down to 620. So from 580 to 620, that's 40 miles. So the car has lost 40 miles for the whole tank, which is interesting. Whereas before it was getting into 41 miles a gallon and staying around 40 miles a gallon most of the time, like 40.1, 40.2, things like that. Now it's hanging around 39.3 to 39.6. So far, some of that, I don't know. Could that be because a lot of the driving I did yesterday in Newport News was really very short trips, a lot of stop and go, and wasn't very long distance on the highway where I was cruising and things like that? I don't know. We'll see. But it's not, it's hovering around, it's not cracking 40 anymore. So again, Uber driver, versus the Crown, the Toyota Crown. I knew right away that I was going to be putting a lot of miles on it, and this is a test of this car. What's happening with this vehicle? And I'm, no expert mechanic by any means. I can fix some things here and there, change out a fuel pump, change my own oil, different things like the basic maintenance I can do. But what is up with the whole tank, the range falling by about 40 miles? Could be up to 50 miles. So that has fallen I only just noticed it in the past couple days. There are other things. I do spend a lot of time parked and idling in the car. And I'm wondering, I may have heard somewhere before that that's not a good thing to do, to have a car sitting and idling for a long time. So it's possible that I may find out that has something to do with it. And I've been doing my best not to do that. So turning it off immediately and exiting the vehicle. But I move about so much and I'm in so many different cities all the time that sometimes that's the only place where I can chill and eat or take a break for a moment. Especially today since it's been raining a lot. But back to the Toyota Crown, the 2023 Toyota Crown XLE. It is a great car to drive. It is, it's quite a pleasure. Everyone that gets in it is blown away by it. It has some really cool features like the all-weather mats that are in there. They're black, and so they're really easy to clean. I love that, rather than having any kind of fabric mats inside there. It does have fabric seats, but they do have leather accents as well as like this gold foil highlights, which is really nice. That doesn't look like it's... When I looked at some of the videos on YouTube of people doing reviews of the car, all of it was inside was fabric. It was fabric mats and fabric seats and everything like that. This one seems to have a few different add-ons. I think I might have read some of that off of the sticker yesterday when I was looking at the standard equipment and reading that for the first episode of Toyota Crown versus Uber Driver. So that might be in there. I do know the all-weather mats are in there, but which is a really nice touch. The seats are really nice. It does sit up really high. I just noticed that today. Getting in and out of the car is different than getting in and out of the previous car I was driving, which is a Toyota Camry XL8. It was a 2014. I definitely have a lot more energy driving this car. For one, it's just a lot more ergonomic, the way that I sit in the car, all the different adjustments I can make to the seats. It's seated up higher. I basically just slide right in. It's actually made perfectly for a person my height, it seems like. I'm 5'10", and just getting into that car is a breeze. It is a little bit higher. Like, I don't actually have to sit down into it. I can just basically squat and sit in the car instead of squatting and then sitting further down into the seat. So it's really nice. I mean, there's so many things about it that are great. The 3 modes, there's the eco mode, the normal mode, and the sport mode. There's a huge difference between sport and eco. It does have a good bit of zip, although I do my best to not use that, simply because I do my best to drive reasonably. I only use it sometimes because people really drive like jerks around here for some reason. Case in point, I'm going to give you an example so you know I'm not exaggerating. I was at a traffic light at an intersection, and I was in the left lane. There was a car next to me in the right lane. These were the only 2 lanes, so that me in the left lane, I could either go straight or turn left, and the person, of course, in the right lane should go straight or turn right. And there is no left turn signal in this at this traffic stop. So what happens when the light turns green, but this person turns left in front of me when I was trying to go straight? This without any indication, no honking of the horn, no looking over, no asking, hey, can I cut across you? I have to turn left. None of that. Just proceeded to pull out in front of my car as I accelerated forward. Luckily, I was alert and aware and was able to catch it and brake in time, as well as avoid getting rear-ended because I also looked out for if there was anybody behind. But you see, that's the kind of stuff. It's just, you have to be hyper vigilant out here in Virginia, because I don't know what is going on. People regularly drive anywhere between 15 to 25, 30 miles over the speed limit. Even in the rain, which is no wonder why there are at least 20 accidents every time it rains. And it's ridiculous. But I'm sure that's probably in a lot of other places, because stupid can't be just localized. And I've realized that. But here we are at 1,072.2 miles in the 2023 Toyota Camry, or Toyota Crown, geez. Well, Camry means crown. It comes from the Japanese word kamuri, right? So which means crown, so not too far off. But it's a Toyota Crown XLE. There are 2 other trim levels. There is the, also sporting the 2.5 liter engine is the Limited, and then there is the 2.4 turbocharged engine in the Platinum, which also, instead of having the 19-inch wheels like the XLE and the Limited have, the Platinum has 21-inch wheels. It's also supposedly a lot faster, but and I would imagine with 400-something torque pounds of force, and that 340 horsepower as compared to the 230 something horsepower of the XLE and the Limited. But it's quick enough to do what it needs to be done to get me to and fro. So that's all that really matters. But like I said, just appears to be a little bit of mileage issues going on once we've gotten to 1,072.2 miles here in just the past couple of days. And so we're going to see what's going on with that here. I'll report back on any more of those issues, if there are any, here on Toyota Crown versus Uber driver. We'll see. It may just be the way that I've been driving, but I would imagine, I don't know how the computer works. I would imagine that it would still read that I have the same kind of range, just that the miles per gallon are different. I don't know. We'll have to see. I'll have to check and see what's going on with that, and make sure that it will. It may rectify itself depending on how I drive it. We'll see. So that will be what's up next on Toyota Crown versus Uber driver. A report on the mileage and any other cool things that might be happening with the vehicle.